go. Excellent. Okay, so recording has begun. So once again, welcome everybody to our workshop this afternoon. We are delighted to feature the workshop Working with Assist Agencies on a regular basis so that we're able to highlight the wonderful organizations and partners that we work with on a regular basis. All of these organizations are within Chicagoland's communities, assisting businesses and also job seekers. You'll hear a little bit about that too. With just how they can identify opportunities for growth and what they want to do to meet their goals. So historically, the city of Chicago, specifically the Department of Procurement Services, has worked with assist agencies to identify small businesses and certified businesses and how they can learn about how to do business with the city and how they can be utilized on government contracts. A listing of all of our assist agencies is included on our website, as well as within every edition of the buying plan, so that businesses that are interested in working with government can reach out to these folks in order to help them navigate through the process. So we are delighted that the assist agencies also help us as a city spread the word about what the city is trying to do and if there are opportunities. And they're really essential into making sure that we're communicating with our local business community. So with that, we want to be sure to give them an opportunity to share what they do with all of you. So with that, we're delighted to be joined by Hire 360, the Lgbt Chamber of Commerce, and the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce today. So we're going to go ahead and start with Hire 360. Who has been around for like a couple of years and is really taking, I think, the Chicagoland area by storm and really taking that, and you'll hear from China Hampton about this, really taking a holistic 360 approach to all the facets that kind of impacts success in this space. So there's been a lot of dynamic things happening, and so there's no way I can explain it as good as you can, China. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you to tell us a little bit about your work at Hire 360 and what some of your colleagues are doing.
Great. Hi, everybody. My name is China Hampton. I am the Director of Workforce Development at Hire 360. And as Kathy mentioned, Hire 360, fairly new organization, but definitely taken Chicago by storm and excited to do so. So excited to be here with you guys to talk more about our workforce development program and how we assist, how we work with assist agencies. So we can start with the first slide. Great. Did it click me off? I'm sorry, Kathy. I think it clicked me off. I'm here now. Great. Okay, great.
Did you got it? Did I go too far?
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. All right. So, again, as I mentioned, my name is China Hampton. I'm the Director of Workforce Development here at Hire 360. Hire 360 is a unique nonprofit that's focused on providing access and reducing barriers for individuals that are looking for careers in the construction industry. Hire 360 was formed with the thought in mind that it's going to be $100 billion of private and public sector construction coming in the next 10 to 15 years. We want to ensure that individuals are prepared and ready for these opportunities. Hire 360 is a makeup of CFL, the Chicago Federation of Labor, and United Way launched a small pilot program modeled on the successful program from Milwaukee, which was WRTP Big Step, in connecting the community to construction. Their secret is providing a common front door, not the only door, but a common front door to get connected with trades apprenticeships and to put in work with a contractor. By providing a common front door, you get to scale. By providing a common front door, we provide a large pool of candidates to connect individuals to the trades. Next slide. Hire 360 was started in January of 2019. Of course, COVID happened in March, and we've turned a lot of our services virtual. In this virtual world, we're still moving forward. Our goal is to really provide a common front door to trades and for businesses to have access to a lot of the services that we provide as well. We also understand that we are not the only front door to the trades, which is why we've partnered with different organizations like Chicago Women in Trades, Revolution Workshop, and HACIA to ensure multiple pathways for candidates looking for training and employment opportunities in the construction industry. In fact, these two organizations are currently working with us on CTA's RPM project. Next slide. So as I mentioned prior to, Hire 360 has formed a unique partnership to get this done. Our unique partnership is with developers, labor leaders, contractors, and we all came together to address an issue. And we picked the issue of ensuring diversity in the trades, ensuring diversity in construction. So really being able to provide individuals that are looking for opportunities and businesses opportunities to take advantage of the opportunities in the construction industry. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned before, we're industry-focused board members. We all have a common goal to ensure a common front door to the trades and common access to capital for businesses as well. We are looking for our board members, as you see the makeup here. We've got folks that are from all sectors of the unions, construction industry, and also general contractors as well as major developers. Next slide. So there are 4 pillars to Hire 360. The workforce development pillar, which I manage. We have the business development pillar, which Deborah Whitaker manages, and she works with a lot of our businesses. And then we have youth engagement and supply chain. I wanted to give any businesses that are interested in learning more about Hire 360 once I'm done with the presentation. I wanted to shoot Deborah Whitaker's information into the chat so that if you want to talk more about business development and that realm and how we can work together on the workforce development and business development front, I definitely want to provide you her information. Next slide. So as I mentioned before, in our workforce development world, we are still moving forward. Our goal is to really ensure that clients and candidates are informed and educated on opportunities in the construction, manufacturing, and most recently, hospitality industry. Next slide. Our model has been to inform, educate, train, connect, and employ individuals to opportunities. We recruit candidates through targeted digital ads. Candidates come from economically disadvantaged areas where they attend an orientation. They work one-on-one with the caseworker to determine services needed and trades interested. We have our industry reps who are focused solely on careers in the construction industry, partner with general contractors, major developers, and subcontractors to provide information about openings for our qualified candidates. We've also developed an array of supportive programs for individuals that are interested as well. We do virtual intake through all of our programs, as well as ensuring that we're assisting not only individuals with barrier reduction assistance, but also our businesses that we serve as well. So our goal is to assist candidates that have certain barriers that they may need assistance with overcoming. This barrier can be anywhere from transportation, childcare, application fees, you name it. We want to ensure that we are providing access for candidates to have a viable future in the trades. We also have virtual robust reporting. So we're able to report out on different things as it concerns our candidate database. We're able to report by ward, by Senate House district. There are an array of things that we're able to report. We're currently partnering with the Chicago Housing Authority to work with a lot of their Section 3 candidates who are looking for opportunities as well. Next slide. So as I mentioned, we have targeted outreach. So we're able to, as I mentioned before, through our robust reporting, go through targeted outreach. So we're able to target different wards, different state rep districts, and also different community areas to ensure that we're targeting those individuals from those communities to ensure that they have opportunities to learn more about these careers. Next slide. As I mentioned before, a lot of our intake is virtual. So typically what happens is we invite individuals to apply via our intake sheet. This is currently our intake sheet for our CTA landing page, where we're partnering with both CTA and the Walsh floor on this project. So this is currently our landing page, but our landing page is you typically just go in, put your name in, first name, last name. We ask a few questions about the work that you're doing, work that you may be interested in. For the businesses, we work, again, as I mentioned, with Deborah Whitaker to get that information over. Next slide. So this is what people typically do, walking the path for Hire 360. So they're learning about the trades. As I mentioned before, we conduct an orientation on our end. They do tours of training centers, talks with industry leaders, and they take a sample test just so we can see where folks are in their skill sets for this. We assist them in applying for the trade. So whether that be one-on-one assessments, to determine what those barriers are that they have. They go through test prep sessions, study hall sessions. We want to ensure that they're apprenticeship ready. So they go through soft skills preparation, resume writing workshop. We've got job club. We connect them directly with contractors for sponsorship. And then after they get these jobs, they're supported as an apprentice. So they're assigned a mentor to show them the ropes, reconnect to work, reconnect to the work that they have. The mentors, we currently have our mentorship program that's getting up and running, where we'll be working with Labor Brothers United to ensure that individuals that are getting into this industry have someone to support them even after they've gotten the opportunity to get on these jobs. Next slide. And again, virtual robust reporting. So you can't have enough data, not too much data, but glad to be able to, again, as I mentioned, share information with folks in regards to as they're looking for certain opportunities. Businesses may be looking for candidates that are in specific wards. They may have City of Chicago residency requirements. We're able to pull that information and pull that data through our virtual robust reporting. Next slide, please. And as I mentioned, if you have further questions, I'm going to drop my information in the chat as well. I'm the Director of Workforce Development. I also think it'd be great for you guys to chat with our Director of Business Development, Deborah Whitaker, and I'll drop her information. But thank you so much for hearing. And if you have questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat or shoot me an email so that we can talk further.
China, thank you so much. Yes, folks, if you do have questions, please use the Q&A panel. We'll ask all the questions to the panelists at the end of their sessions. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Jeremy Holston. He's Executive Director of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce. We've had the pleasure of working with the Chamber for a number of years. Most recently, there was an executive resolution passed in City Council under Mayor Lightfoot's leadership for us to collaborate with one another to understand the impact of LGBT businesses in the Chicagoland region. And so there was also information gathering exercise as part of that. And so we continue to collaborate and work on those things together in order to continue to expand the definition of our diverse business community. So we're delighted, Jeremy, to have you back talking about all the good work of the Chamber. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Kathy, and huge thank you to you and your team for your support in this new mission. So hoping everyone can hear me okay. Well, again, my name is Jeremy Holston. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am the director of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce of Illinois. And I'm excited today to talk to you more about who we are. So next slide, please. So the LGBT Chamber of Commerce is a 25-year-old organization. This year is our 25th anniversary. Our mission is simply to promote economic opportunities for the LGBTQ community by being an advocate and resource for all member businesses that encourage equality. Our members include small LGBTQ and ally-owned businesses, as well as about 35 corporations here in Illinois, as well as a mix of nonprofit and government partners. Our resources include access to networking, marketing, professional development, as well as advocacy. Next slide, Kathy. So I wanted to provide you a little bit of an overview of those types of services. So today we have about 300 members who we help get access to these range of services. So as it relates to networking, our chamber hosts about 70 events each year. Even last year during the pandemic, we were able to host 50 plus events in a virtual world. As an LGBTQ organization, not only is it important to us to host valid and awesome monthly networking events, but it's also important for us to have opportunities where we can support diverse individuals within our LGBTQ community, as well as young professionals. And so we have 4 different affinity groups where LGBTQ folks from different backgrounds and intersectionalities can come together for more targeted networking and professional development opportunities throughout the year. In addition, there are marketing opportunities. All members of our chamber are provided a profile directory listing on our website. So if you are a business wanting to be associated with the LGBTQ community, folks who know that you are an LGBTQ owned business, or just generally looking for an additional outlet to promote your business, then the directory is a great place for that engagement. Separately, we host or participate in a number of festivals and other opportunities throughout the year where business owners like you can participate in other marketing or sponsorship initiatives. In a couple of months, so actually at the end of June, we will be launching a Shop Pride initiative. And so this will be a campaign where we promote LGBTQ businesses throughout the state as a way to raise awareness for LGBTQ businesses so that whenever a consumer is going to make a purchasing decision, LGBTQ businesses will be at the forefront of their mind for those opportunities. In addition, there is professional development. Each month, for anyone, member or not, we host monthly business empowered workshops. These workshops, again, provide professional development to help you learn new skills or leadership development to grow your business. This year, topics have included project management essentials for small businesses, risk and compliance for small businesses, where we talk about HR and insurance best practices, as well as other great topics as well. Another resource under professional development is our LGBTQ Biz Bootcamp. We will actually start, so you can actually start applying today, but we'll be actively taking applications starting in July or August. The bootcamp is an 8-week program for early stage LGBTQ entrepreneurs. Through this 8-week program, you are able to put together a business plan, a business pitch deck, and a polished 30-second elevator pitch. So you end the program with solid drafts of these documents, while also being able to access guest speakers and mentors. And then at the end of the program, students also have the chance to compete for $1,000 to invest into their business. So again, we hope that if you're an LGBTQ business owner in the very early stage of your business, that you'll think about applying for this program, which has no cost and is open to members or non-members as well. Finally is the piece around advocacy. So really, again, just making sure that elected officials, corporations, and government are aware and engaged with LGBTQ business issues. Much of our advocacy evolves around the LGBT Business Enterprise Certification, and which I'll talk more about here on the next slide. So the LGBT Business Enterprise Certification is a tool that is very similar to MBE, WBE, or Veterans or Disabled Business Enterprise certifications as well. To be eligible for the LGBT Business Enterprise Certification, your business must be 51% or more LGBTQ owned, managed, controlled, headquartered in the United States, registered as a legal business, and then independent from any non-LGBT business enterprise. If you're unsure about if you fall into that category, I'd be happy to talk with you to clarify. And so again, the certification is again an additional tool to help you stand out when seeking contract opportunities. And we like to remind people that you must have great service, you must have price, you must have all the great things in terms of back office infrastructure in place. And then the certification is a tool that you layer on top of all of that great business practice and infrastructure to again better engage and build partnerships with corporations. Right now, the certification is mostly recognized in the private sector. Today, more than 2/3 of Fortune 500 companies actively recognize and spend dollars with LGBT certified businesses. Across the country, there are more cities, counties, and states starting to actively build this recognition into their supplier diversity programs as well. California state is right now the only state that is actively creating some opportunities in terms of spending with LGBTQ owned businesses. Many other cities, counties, and states have some recognition programs in place, or they're in a similar space of where we are right now with the city of Chicago, where we are studying and trying to figure out where next steps might exist. For us, we know that we'll be able to better champion this issue as we have more businesses certified. So again, if you are an LGBTQ business owner, we'd love to help you get certified and get connected to this resource. One thing to know, you do not have to be a member to become a certified LGBT business enterprise. However, certification cost or the certification fee is $400, and then it is $200 for renewal. However, if you are a member of an LGBTQ affiliated chamber, so we're the only chamber here in Illinois, then you do not have to pay the cost to get certified. Our membership starts at $195 with options to increase beyond there. So at the very minimum, you could join the chamber for $195, get access to our wealth of resources in our network, and then not have to pay that $400 fee to get certified as an LGBT business enterprise. So Ken, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Next slide. So I wanted to just give you a quick overview or to kind of show you who our members are. I came to the chamber in 2017, and I came thinking, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. There's going to be tons of great restaurants in terms of great personal service businesses, but was very much excited and surprised to come to the chamber and find out that most of our members are just like most of you, thriving and being successful businesses in the B2B space. So again, most of our members are like you, providing B2B services in a wide range of industries. So just quickly from this slide, you can see that we have folks who provide swag, branded swag materials, candles, there's manufacturing, there's nonprofit consulting, there's photography, there's architect support, and a whole other wide range of industries. So again, certification is a great tool to help you grow your business. So please feel free to reach out again. So next slide, Kathy. This slide just shows you who some of our local partners are in Illinois. And so we're working with many of these corporate partners to actively work with to identify LGBTQ owned businesses. So if you see a brand here that you're looking to work with, again, having access to the LGBT certification and any other certification for the most part, will be a great tool in creating opportunities and relationships with these companies. And so, again, if you're looking to work with these folks, please again reach out to me or any other organization that provides certification, so that we can help you get connected to these type of networks. So just very quickly, just want to invite you all to join us at some upcoming events that we'll be hosting. So actually tomorrow on the 27th, we are hosting our Illinois LGBTQ Business Roundtable. It is from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. We have a few sessions throughout the day, as well as some breaks that you can get up and stretch and do some walking around. And so this day is really built around advocacy. If you're an LGBTQ business owner or our ally, you likely know that LGBTQ individuals are not counted in the census, and our information is also not counted in a lot of business collecting surveys. So when you go to get a loan, that information also is not collected. So our voice and our impact as an LGBTQ business community is not really measured because there's no way to, no one is really collecting that data at this moment. And so through tomorrow's conversations, our hope is to empower our local LGBTQ business community with advocacy and talking points and other information to be able to reach out to elected officials, to be able to better talk about our business community to other stakeholders. And so again, some really great conversations planned for the day. So I hope that you will join us for those sessions. On June 10th, we'll be hosting Pride Connect, a multi-chamber networking event. Right now, we have 15 organizations throughout Illinois signed up to join us. So again, this would be a great place to come network and to build some new relationships. This is not only for LGBTQ businesses, allies are definitely encouraged to join as well. And then finally, on the 17th and the 24th, we'll be hosting 2 days of business training and some workshops. All this you'll be able to find on our website at www.lgbtcc. So, you can go to the next slide, which just provides some information to reach out to me with any other questions. And so, again, as Kathy said earlier, be sure to drop any questions in the chat section. We will be able to answer those at the end of this session. So, Kathy.
Jeremy, thank you so much for that great information, and looking forward to asking some questions after our next session. Our next presenter here is Angie Alonso. Angie's with the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. The IHCC has also collaboratively worked with the City of Chicago and the Department of Procurement Services for quite some time and has a very broad range of services for our local business community. So very excited to hear from Angie today about IHCC.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Kathy. And thank you for joining us, to the people who is with us this afternoon. So again, my name is Angie Alonso, and I am the PTAC director for the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Jaime Di Paulo, our president and CEO, is supposed to be doing this presentation, but he is in Springfield, so I am covering for him. The PTAC is the Illinois Procurement Technical Assistance Center, and it's across the state, but it is a broader program, and I'll get into a little bit more details later when I explain some of the programs that we have at IHCC. So next slide, please, Kathy. Thank you. So we are a nonprofit organization which mission is to cultivate knowledge, connections, and collaborations to affect transformational social change and achieve sustainable economical impact through entrepreneurship. So similar to what the other organizations are here today, we basically support minority-owned business, but some of our programs basically help us small businesses at all. So all of our mission and our programming is focused on targeting economical impact in the small businesses and especially minority-owned business. Next slide, please. Okay. So IHC is the state's largest Hispanic business organization. Basically, we represent the whole state of Illinois. Um, the state has over 120,000 Hispanic-owned business that combined contribute to $53 billion dollars to the Illinois economy every year. So these numbers are important because sometimes we don't see the magnitude of minorities and Hispanics in the state's economy. So we've been around for 31 years, creating value for the region, the state of Illinois, and the city of Chicago by engaging in entrepreneurs through the community advocacy, networking, and innovative one-on-one counseling. So some of our programs um, focus especially in one-on-one counseling, technical assistance for the small businesses and minority-owned business. IHC contributes to the financial strength and well-being of the Hispanics by helping businesses grow, create jobs, and drive prosperous communities. Something to mention is that um, all of our staff is bilingual, so all of these services that you are about to learn here are available in English, but in Spanish as well. So that's we always have tried to make sure that the language is not a barrier for our clients. Next, please. So we have a strong arm in advocacy, and we do it by helping grow business opportunities for Hispanics and entrepreneurs in Chicago and other areas. So all of our programs and all of the things we get involved is basically to help grow those business opportunities or to create business opportunities for minorities. We also advocate for diversity into the local and the state community, and we support the broader Illinois Hispanic community throughout different programs and throughout providing services. Yes, we are located in Chicago, but especially even before the pandemic, we used to have some sessions throughout the phone or virtual, but now the pandemic has shown us that we basically can access the entire state through Zoom meetings, Google Hangouts. So that's the strength basically that this has given us, because now no everyone needs to go to our office to access the services. Even when they were available before, I think people were not as aware that all of these meetings and access to knowledge was possible without moving or driving hours to Chicago. So that is a positive thing from the pandemic. Thank you. Next, please. So some of those numbers that you see here are from last year. So throughout all the programs at IHC, we help creating more than 18,000 jobs or retain. And we collect this data because it is, like I mentioned before, it is really important that as minorities and Hispanics, we understand that the power that it's in the role that we are doing, the businesses that are there to support the state's economy. So that's not a small figure. 18,000 jobs created retained is a big one, and most of the small businesses in Illinois are small business. So it's over 90% of those are under 1 million revenue. And that's what it is so important to support these small ones, because basically the small businesses drive the economy in the state. So overall, we help to process in different sources like financial resources, including contracts awarded, revenue growth, or business loans through a PPP, disaster loans, and all of that, over $88.1 million for the community. And throughout all the programs, we provided more than 14,000 counseling hours in 2020. Those counseling hours are 111. So when the pandemic hit, our job became busier because everyone was trying to find access to information. Nobody knew how to process or how to apply for a PPP loan, how to apply for a disaster loan. Nobody knew how to, they might lost their job, so they wanted to start their own business. It actually happened like last year was one of the years when we saw a boom in people creating businesses because they lost their jobs and they still needed a way to feed their families, to pay their bills. So together we did more than those 14,000 counseling hours. We actually became busier than ever last year with all the work that was out there to be done to support the small businesses. Next, please. So here are some of the programs that we have currently at IHCC. So the SBDC, or the Illinois Small Business Development Center, offers no-cost advising and is dedicated to helping new entrepreneurs realize their dream or business ownership. So what the SBDC does is that either you want to start a business and you don't know how to do it, they can help you, or you started a business but you don't know what are the next steps. I just registered my firm. I'm an LLC, I'm a corporation, but I don't know what to do next. So that's how the SBDC comes in handy, and they will guide you to those basic steps of owning your own business or starting your own businesses. That includes if you need licenses for your business, they can help you navigate that. The Cook County COVID-19 recovery, it's a program that came or started last year as a result of the pandemic, and it has provide critical financial assistance and valuable advice to help small businesses in Cook County rebound stronger through all the challenges of the COVID-19. So the purpose of this program was to especially help those small businesses like stores, restaurants, retail that were not prepared for something like the pandemic. They didn't have a social media presence. They might didn't have a website. So that was the focus of this one. They applied for a $10,000 grant. It was through a lottery base, and with that they receive also the opportunity to get access to technical assistance so they could rebuild their marketing or revise their marketing and create website pages, start learning about how to be also on the internet and don't rely solely by the working customers. The Latinx Incubator is a partnership with IHCC and 1871, and this one is a tech incubator, and it basically helps entrepreneurs thrive in the Chicago tech economy. So these people that are usually young people that want to start tech companies, they go through the Latinx incubator and it works. They take some classes, I think it's 8 to 12 weeks. And then they go through a model like Shark Tank where they have their pitch prepared and they also look for angels investors. So it's a pretty cool program. So if any of the attendees is interested into looking into tech companies, this is a very, very cool program to attend. You will learn a lot about the tech space and tech companies. The Illinois PTech, or the Procurement Technical Assistance Center, is the program that I oversee. And what we do is help business owners to learn how to maximize opportunities and get exposed to local, statewide, and government agencies. For example, you have been working with the SBDC maybe for some time, and now you are ready for this next step, which is working with the government, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know where to start and how to navigate that. You don't know what certifications you need. That's where the PTech comes in and helps you. So the ideal client of the PTech is a more established business that is been around for a little bit, and is interested in going towards the next thing, that is government contracting. So we help with market research. We also help understanding, and no, we don't process the certifications like MBE, WBE, veteran owned as DBE. So navigate just the certification piece is really overwhelming for a business because there are too many. Their purpose is different, and there are some for private sector and some for public sector. So that's where we sit down with a client in a one-on-one counseling session, and we ask questions to determine what will be the best route for that specific business. We also provide networking sessions. Sometimes we create one-on-one matching events once we go back to more a normal space. And we do historical research to see who are the competitors. So there is a lot of tools that we provide throughout the PTech. So if you are interested in growing into the government space or the public space, please let us know. At the end, there will be my information there for you to reach out. The other program that we have is the SBTRC. It's in a partnership with the U.S. Department of Transportation. Their mission is to increase their number of small businesses that are prepared to compete for transportation-related prime and subcontracting opportunities. So at IHCC, we host the Great Lakes region program. So this program is focused only on transportation, but for businesses that are not just in Illinois, but Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, and Minnesota. So all that region, if you are in any of those regions and you are interested in competing for transportation businesses, that program will assist you. And finally, we have the Illinois Technical Assistance program, which helps to prepare established transportation related and construction firms, including disadvantaged, minority, and women-owned businesses, to win contracts in that space. So this is an overview of all the things that we do. This is like a lot, but it's a nice team, and we try to help from all the aspects and all the points that we can. Next, please. Here is our CEO, Jaime Paulo. That is all his information. If you want to connect with him, feel free to use any of the social media channels. And next one, please. This one's me. Here is my email, aalonso@ihcc.net. For any questions related, even if they are not with the PTech program, we will be able to help you moving towards or pointing you in the right direction. So thank you, Kathy, for inviting us today.
Of course, Angie, thank you so much. I'd like to open up the floor for questions for our agencies. I'm going to take a look in our panels and see if we have any in the chat or the Q&A. Kind of while I do that, really for each of you, thank you all for being here to provide, this information about the services that you're providing, both the business community as well as job seekers. I really would love to kind of, recap the session today with just hearing from you and what you've seen. What is your advice? What's the best advice that you have for either small businesses or for job seekers? And I know we've touched on the pandemic a little bit, but we are, coming out of it. The sun's starting to shine and everyone's, quote unquote, returning to normal. Have there been any lessons learned or because of the pandemic or any other, just really pieces of advice you have for folks in the small business space?
So
Jeremy,
go ahead.
Oh,
Okay. So on the workforce development front, I would definitely say to just job seekers as they're working with a lot of these businesses, so just be consistent. Construction is one of those. It's like an ebb and flow. So you've got your off season, but as you mentioned, Kathy, it's a lot of work that's going to be coming down the pipeline We're seeing a lot of work. We're seeing the cranes go up. We've got the OPC project. We've got the 78 coming up. So really being consistent with, hey, if I really want to get into this industry, what organizations do I work with to show me the ropes to get in the industry? And then how do I remain consistent on my end? And then really working with, on our side, with the business development side, really working with the businesses hand in hand. Our Director of Business Development, Deborah Whitaker, does a great job with working with the businesses as we hear about these opportunities to get them prepared for them, to ensure that they are, great, they look like great candidates as we're looking forward to bidding on some of these opportunities on that end.
Thank you, China. Jeremy, Angie, any words of advice?
Very similar to what China say is that with all this work coming out, and now we finally being able to get a little bit closer to get out of our homes, one of the advice that I always tell my clients and the business out there is network. Before it was really hard because of the pandemic, because we didn't supposed to be in contact with others, but now that the things are all starting to open up, just connect with other business, attend those pre-bidding sessions, go to those breakfast meetings, because those are the spaces where you want to be. You want to meet other business owners. Maybe your future client could be there. Maybe a parent could be there in the same room, and so you can connect with this person and start establishing those relationships. So aside from learning and using the resources available for technical assistance, getting out there and exposing yourself is one of the main things for success and the business space.
Thank you, Angie. And Jeremy, bring us home. Any words of advice?
Sure. So I definitely agree with what Angie said. One thing I think sometimes people make a mistake at doing is, they'll be very passionate about a business idea or starting a business, and then they'll open the business and then decide to get integrated in that industry or that sector or that space. So one thing I think is so very important is what Angie said is before you, and again, if you're not already opened up, then this might apply, but if you're someone who's thinking about starting a new business, definitely try to spend some time integrating yourself in that community, in that space, building relationships with those people. So then that way you have a network of people ready to support you, ready to promote your services and products to other folks once you're fully launched and ready to move forward. Another sort of second thing, which Angie kind of talked about earlier, this past year through COVID, really presented an opportunity for so many people to be entrepreneurs and business owners for the first time. So with that, if you're again still someone thinking about making that move, or even maybe adding a new sort of service onto your business, definitely one thing that I like to tell people is don't be afraid of those crazy ideas. Definitely, we might need to vet them a little bit and do some talking to some other organizations and business owners, but definitely don't be afraid of the crazy ideas that you have. You'd just be surprised where those ideas might be able to take you. So do some really great networking, and then don't be afraid of your ideas will be able to take you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Kathy.
Yes.
And something that just to clarify, all of those services that we mentioned at IHC, they are at no cost to you, so to the client, to the business owner, to the person that is thinking on the business. So just like Jeremy say, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like reach out to these agencies, like these assistant agencies that are there to support you. I'm sure the LGBT Chamber of Commerce has also tons of services that are just at no cost to the people. So know everything. You don't have to have the money to start a business or to come up with this or to discuss the topic with somebody. You just have to like search for the agency or the appropriate people to help you. And some of those services are just at no cost.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I mean, we, here at the city and the Department of Procurement Services really value what you guys are bringing to the table and what our assist agencies can do for our small business community. So thank you for all of your work. Thank you for what you're doing to help empower our local residents. And, we want to do our part to make sure that the good work that you're doing is highlighted and promoted, and we will do that whenever we can. So thank you so much to our panelists here today. This presentation, as well as the recording of today's session, will be available on the DPS YouTube channel, as well as on our website. And that information is contained in our DPS alerts and also through our other communications methods. So we thank those of you who were able to join us today. Once again, a great thank you to our speakers. We look forward to seeing you again soon and seeing you in person as soon as we can. So have really a wonderful day, and see you soon.
Thank you, Patty.
everybody. Thank you. So good to see you. Say something before I leave, or like processing the video. Okay, but I don't have to nobody's chatted and we did it, so there's nothing to say. I know that Jackie's been like, you got to do whatever before you say. I mean, there wasn't anything to say, so I guess there's out. It starts to do its thing. Okie doke. Thank you, Rodney.